Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Dur-A-Flex at Home with Steph. I have David Hughes with me here today. He's the Business Development Manager. Hi, David.
Hi, Steph. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
So tell me a little bit about your role, about what you do at Dur-A-Flex.
Well, I've been at Dur-A-Flex nearly 10 years, and I'm the Business Development Manager. I've got two primary responsibilities under that title. First, I take care of kind of strategic and key accounts nationwide and look after them for their needs from Dur-A-Flex. And then the second part of my job is to take care of the architect and design community in the New York City area. And there I'm talking about doing specifications, design help, and choices of floors for that community.
That's awesome, David. So tell me about some of your experiences in the field.
So I've been in the chemical business for basically my entire career since I graduated. I'm a chemical engineer by training, although I've never actually done that as an official job. But I've spent my entire career on the business side of specialty chemical companies, primarily in the coatings marketplace, although some other ones too. So I spent my career in business management, in marketing, in customer service, logistics, sales, business development, looking at the coatings marketplace and understanding trends, understanding how things have changed, the technologies, how they change, some of the history of the marketplace, and making sure that Dur-A-Flex now understands where to go in the future as the business evolves and changes.
Yes, you really have a robust understanding of the resinous market and how it's grown and changed over the past few years.
Yes, from the technology perspective and how the technologies have evolved from the traditional epoxies to the more fast curing products that are out there now, and making sure that the evolution of the change has gone from the industrial marketplace and has moved into more of a decorative product where you can now go into not just industrial spaces, but more front of house and attractive spaces.
Yeah, so I mean, the product is more diverse now. And I bet having all that knowledge is extremely helpful in business development because when you're going in and helping an architect, write a spec or choose a system, you have all of that knowledge and your background to assist in helping to find the best product.
Yes, and to make sure that the architect understands that as the marketplace moves into the future with new technologies and new effects, that they can actually get better solutions for their clients, not just the traditional products that they've used in the past, and how sometimes they have a historical specification that they've always used, and they don't understand that that might not be the best for the current environment that they're looking at.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I mean, products evolve and change and better ones come out. So I think that's awesome.
Yes,
So David, how has the current situation impacted New York?
New York has been tough. There was a sharp shut off back in mid March. In fact, my last appointment was March 13th in downtown Manhattan, and it's been pretty much online or email or telephone ever since. The coming back to work has just started in Manhattan. They've just opened offices, I think, after July 4th, but the amount of people that are going back into the city is still very minimal.
Mhm.
Most offices I hear now are saying, well, let's wait till Labor Day. And then some offices are saying, let's wait till January. So it's been a tough situation. And the architect community, they all live in the high rises in Manhattan. And how those high rises operate in the future is going to be a different situation based on the elevator use and number of people and social distancing and how they're going to operate their offices is all being designed as we speak. A lot of things about to change. And the other thing I've noticed is they're already having to look for spaces elsewhere. There's a move to getting offices from in suburban areas where they have 2, 3, 4-story office buildings where you don't need the elevator, you can walk up. So there's actually a large drive already to move out of the city and to go to the suburbs.
Oh, wow. So lots of changes. And
Lots of changes.
how have you been assisting, architects, contractors, design build? How have you been assisting all those people currently?
Well, it's all online. It's either the phone or it's email or it's sometime a webinar or a Zoom meeting, but I have to say rarely. And it's really focused on existing projects. Most of the work I'm doing now with the architects are on finalizing specs and finalizing color choices for projects that are already in process and already being done. the amount of work that's being put forward for future projects is minimal. I think most people are waiting to see what kind of economic fallout is coming from this situation. And the big real estate developers are holding off on future work and making sure that they finalize the existing. So I think the economic impact of what's going on now won't be truly felt for another 3, 4, 5 months, when you finally see how many retail stores don't open up, how many office buildings don't get refilled, and then there'll be a new evaluation of the office space and the retail space in the New York City area.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I mean, you can see businesses are not opening back up. Some of them closing for good, and I mean, it's terrible. But yeah, I think everyone's going to start changing how they do things now.
Mhm. Correct, yes.
So you had mentioned before, David, about decorative options and how systems have evolved to include those and have different design choices. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So historically, the resinous flooring market was a solid color epoxy floor with some sand in there for some texture and slip resistance, and that was used as the industrial stronghold for years on shop floors, maintenance shops, automotive shops, where that plain color was good enough. Then there was the evolution of kind of the solid color quartz and the blending of quartz colors to say, okay, well, if we use a clear resin and we use this mixed blend of colored sand, we get a nice kind of granite effect. And that started taking a stronghold in the industry. And then there was the move to vinyl chips. So vinyl chips are just exactly what they say they are. They're a vinyl paint that's chipped into small pieces of different colors, blended to give you different looks. And that evolved into a more decorative area too. So you get more and more decorative options. And now finally, they've moved into what's called metallic pigments or effect pigments, which can give you some really, really nice effects, some kind of marbleized looks and some color changing looks. And these have taken the flooring systems all the way from the industrial side of the marketplace all the way to the decorative side, where you can now do lobbies, customer entranceways, parkways, the whole gamut of the flooring solutions that a customer needs.
Yeah, wow, it really does sound like you have a lot more options to have decorative and more beautiful floors than you did before. And you have an upcoming webinar talking about, colors and textures and pigments in resinous flooring. And I'll place the link in the description below if you want to register for the webinar and watch.
Yes, so the webinar I'm doing is about colors and color effects that are available in the current marketplace, all the way from the solid colors through the quartz and the chips into the metallic effect pigments, how they work theoretically, the difference between dyes and pigments and why that's important. I also talk about different textures that are available, from smooth floors all the way to the rough aggregates that give you the greatest slip resistance, and to give you a good idea of all the design options that are currently available in the marketplace from an aesthetic look perspective.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an awesome webinar, and I'm really excited to watch it. Well, thank you so much, David, for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time. It's so nice catching up. I hope you continue to stay safe and stay healthy, and have a good day.
And you too, stay safe, stay healthy, Stephanie.
Okay, bye.
Bye.